Hi, and welcome back to Lizard Studios. Today you're going to be making a flip book. We're going to make dots move in space, and we're going to see them move in space, and we are going to be inspired on Edward Myrich's supraxiscope, which was his invention to make photograph move in space, and that was the beginning of filmmaking. So we'll talk about that in just a second, but first let's get our materials on the table. So today you're gonna need a stapler, okay, just a normal stapler. You're gonna need a pair of scissors, big ones or small ones for your hands, okay, I'm gonna use the big ones for me. And you're gonna need 3 pieces of paper, just normal size folio papers, okay? And permanent markers. I like to use permanent markers because the outcome is a little bit better than if you use pencil or crayons or anything else, okay? So I like permanent markers. And that's it. So let's begin, and I'm gonna tell you now about Edward Myrich. So, who was Edward Myrich? Well, he was a landscape photographer, okay? He used to photograph landscapes. He used to go out into the countryside and photograph those landscapes with the first type of cameras that were ever made, okay? When he went out, he would see cliffs and he would take pictures of different mountains, and then he would put them in the newspapers so people could see the landscape that was out there, okay? He also photographed animals, and one day he was hired to photograph a horse moving, a horse and a jockey moving. So the thing was to see if when the horse stepped, all 4 legs were up in the air, because nobody had really seen that because they run so fast that you can't really see it with your eye. So what he did was he set up different cameras in different spaces, and he had a jockey and his horse run along the cameras, and he took pictures of all the steps of that horse. He saw that all 4 legs were off the floor, okay? So he said, "Ooh, if I take these pictures and I put them on a disc and I move them around, maybe I will see this horse moving." So what did he do? He took a glass circle, just like this one, well, not like this one, a bigger one, and what he did was he put the glass, he put the different pictures that he had taken on the circle, and when he started moving it around really fast, if he would have a little hole here, like this one right here, he would see the horse moving. And then there was the invention of the supraxiscope, okay? Which meant that it was the beginning of film history. So the little short films that he made at the beginning were just of a horse moving just a few seconds, okay? But that was the beginning of filmmaking, okay? Then in his machine, his invention, he put a light through it. So let's pretend there's a light. The light will go through the little picture here, and when the picture would move around, he would see the actual horse moving. He took pictures of many different animals. He took pictures of elephant walking, for example, and then he put it in the supraxiscope, and he could see the elephant actually moving. That was the beginning of filmmaking. What we are going to do today is a flip book. It's kind of similar, but it's not in a circle. We're not gonna go around because we could see it better if it's on a flip book, okay? It's something like this where you see things moving around. So let's begin with today's work, and you're gonna enjoy it a lot, okay? So let's get ready. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is take our 3 pieces of paper. We're gonna do it with 3. When you get more experience with this, you could put 4 and even 5 papers. But today we're gonna do it with 3, just so you learn how to do it. And then later on you could do many others that you would like to do, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do is take the paper like this vertically, and we're gonna divide it into 3 parts, okay? So I always measure with my eye. This has to be even. This side and this side have to be the same. And I fold here. This is how I measure. Okay? And then we're gonna fold the other way. We're gonna fold this side all the way to this fold right here. And that's gonna give me 3 equal sides, okay? More or less, okay? We're not perfect, but more or less. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the 3 papers. Okay, now that I have my 3 papers, I put them together. They're not gonna be, if they're not the same, it's okay. See, they're not the same, but it's okay. I'm gonna put the shorter ones on the outside and then I'm gonna cut them back. So we fold the paper like this to make like a little book. All right, see? Now all the papers are there. I put all of them towards the bottom and I staple here, maybe once, twice, and 3 times. And now I'm gonna cut this top off, okay, so the book just looks nice and even. Okay, I'm gonna make it even there. And like I am in my studio, I'm just gonna throw it back. I'll pick it up later. Okay, and now this is a flip book, but we're gonna make it easier to flip on it, okay? So what we're gonna do is we are going to just fold the book like this, okay? We're gonna roll it up. We're gonna hold it here. And you see how the little papers are not even here? Well, we're gonna cut them so they're even. We're gonna cut on the edge. Okay, maybe they don't come out even the first time, but then you cut again. Okay, and you make that even. And now look what's gonna happen. When you open it up, you're gonna have you're gonna be able to flip it better, see? You're gonna be able to flip the book better. Now you're gonna see all those dots moving a little bit faster, which is what Edward Myrich also did, but he did it in a circle. We're doing it in a book, okay? So you take all your leftovers and you put them in the bin. Okay, I am just gonna throw them back to my floor and then I'll pick them up later. I'll sweep them up. All right, so we have the flip book here, and now we're gonna begin actually drawing on the flip book so our dots move around. We're gonna name it later on, but the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start drawing on the part that has the smaller paper, okay? It could come out this way or this way, it's fine, all right? So here we go. I'm gonna take purple first, and I'm gonna show you how to do this. So, I am going to make my dot from the corner come this way and come this way and move, okay? So let's see how to do it. The first thing that you do is you draw a dot right in the corner and you color it in, okay? The next thing that you do, you see the little mark right there because it's permanent. You're gonna make the dot a little bit upwards. See, it moves. This one is here and now this one is here. Now you're gonna go to the next page and you see there's a little mark there of the little dot. Well, you're gonna make the dot move a little bit more. Just a tiny bit, not too much. And now we're gonna make that dot move some more. And we're gonna make it move a little bit more this way. And now we're gonna make it move down a bit, okay? We're gonna start making it move down just a bit. So if my dot is here, I'm gonna make it come here. And I'm gonna go page by page doing the same thing, okay? I'm just going to keep on drawing and moving the dot just a little bit. That is why permanent marker is really good for this, okay? So let's continue. Just watch me, okay? Okay, and now I have finished with my purple dot. And look at my flip book, okay? Just watch. Look, see? Do you see the dot moving? I'm sure you do. If you flip it faster, it goes faster. But if you flip, you know, it's just fun to do a flip book because you see the dot moving right in front of you. If you're looking at it in the camera, it's really, really cool. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take two other colors and I'm gonna make more dots moving in space also somewhere else, maybe from here to this side, and then I'm gonna make another one jumping up and down. Okay, and let's see what happens. So just watch me as I do it. Now remember guys that the space that you leave from one dot to the other has to be minimal. See, very, very little, because if not, it will not look like it's moving in space. You see? So the dot is just moving very, very, very little. See? I'm actually taking the mark of the marker, see, and I'm moving it just a tiny bit. I'm moving it like halfway. If I move it more than halfway, it will not look like it's moving, it just looks weird. So just move it very, very, very little, see? All the way to the back. All right, I'm gonna make another one in red. Okay, and now I have the red dot, so let's see how this works. Let's do it faster. Okay, really cool, see? And that is how filmmaking was made, with the movement of two dots, or the movement of something in space that was being flipped really, really quickly. So here we're following how the two dots exchange position, see? And now I'm gonna make a yellow dot just going up and down and see what happens, okay? And now the yellow dot's gonna go back down. Okay? So here we go. Look at that. Let's look at the flip book now, okay? And see how the colors go. Ready, set, go. You see that? Okay. And this is a lot of fun because we can make more things move in our flip book. So for today, I just wanted you to guys to practice the dots on the flip book, okay, to see how you have to space everything little by little to actually see something move in space, okay? For next week, keep your flip books, put at the bottom right here by, I'm going to put here, well, we're gonna name it next week, but just at the bottom, put by and your name. I'm gonna put here this art. Okay, I'm gonna put here by this height, and I'm gonna show you how to do something really cool next week. Okay, so what have we done today? Today we have talked about Edward Muybridge, which was the inventor of the supraxiscope. The supraxiscope is that circle, that glass circle that made all the photographs move around really quickly and make it seem like the photographs were moving, like the person or the animal in the pictures were moving. It was the beginning of the film industry and the beginning of movies. So it was very, very important, okay? And we have made a little flip book to see how that works. So each part of our flip book, each page will be like a different photograph. If we would put here a photograph, a different photograph of something moving, and we would flip it, it will be just the same. We will see the actual thing moving. And that's what we're going to do, something alike next week. So just keep your flip book, save it, be good, stay safe, and I will see you next week to finish this flip book with something else that moves around, okay? Remember, a creative mind builds a better future. Bye-bye.